Hi there, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to do a bit of a race recap from the weekend's Podium 5K over in Cardiff, which was also the Home Nations event as well. So drove over on Saturday around sort of 1:30 I left. The race was actually an evening race. I was off at 6 p.m. A few races. There was a B race, an A race, and then the two Home Nations race. So I got into the A race, which was off at 6 o'clock. So so I drove over. Nice couple of hours drive, really. Not a bad trip for me from where I am over in just outside of Birmingham. So it's a couple of hours drive. Really nice drive, to be fair. And actually, the race itself was just in the park. I think it was Bude Park by the actual castle in Cardiff as well. So really nice little location, to be fair. Parking was okay. Thought it was going to be a bit more tricksy when I got there, but easy enough to find. Lovely little venue. Quick course, quite flat. Like I said, there was a few races on during the event, so I was looking to hopefully sort of get a bit close to the 16-minute barrier. It's been a sort of target of mine since sort of turning 40 that I wanted to try and see if I could break 16 minutes again. I did it much younger when I was about 20 years ago when I was a much younger athlete and sort of doing a lot of track racing. So that's been a bit of a target for me. I've managed to sort of over the last sort of 4 years get that down to 16:18, which I did this year at Leicester Podium 5K. So I was hoping today just to roll the dice a little bit. I've just come off the back of a pretty good 10-mile PB in terms of the TT, so getting sub 20:30, sort of getting down to 20:27. So that's sort of shifting another few seconds and getting close to the 20-minute barrier that I've been trying to get close to over that distance. So I was hoping that I was carrying a little bit of form from that, although it's sort of coming to the end of my sort of season now. I'm due a couple of weeks off training soon. So today was or Saturday, sorry, was just a chance to try and go for sort of 16. So the idea was, speaking to the coach last week, just to go out and run the first mile at sort of 16-minute pace. So sort of went through about 5:10, 5:11 minute miling, and then just see if I could hold on, to be fair. And I sort of did that. I sort of went through the first K pretty spot on. I think it was about 3:07, 3:08, something like that. And then went through the mile in about 5:10, 5:11. But to be fair, then the legs just didn't enjoy that pace at all, and sort of tailed off quite a bit, to be fair, in terms of mile 2 and mile 3. I suppose second mile I think I went through in just over 5:20. 5:22, 5:23, and then I think actually the third mile was probably in and around the same sort of pace, I think. So sort of once I'd settled back down into that rhythm for mile 2, sort of managed to hold that. I didn't die off too much further, but I ended up running about 16:32, I think the official time was, which was in some ways a little bit disappointed. But I went out probably faster than I would, knowing that I'm in 16:18 sort of shape from earlier on in the year. To try and run out at 16-minute pace is actually, that's quite a bit quicker for me, to be fair. I think in hindsight, probably going out at 16:18, 16:15 pace and trying to run hard off an even pace. So Podium 5K, I've got some other races coming up later in the year as well, so it'd be interesting to see if I can probably get into one of those races. I think there's one up in Lancashire in November, so I'll probably drive up there and see if I can get another sort of hit out for this year after I've had a couple of weeks off, sort of back end of September. But all in all, the race felt pretty good with the race, to be fair. 16:32, considering I probably ran a really aggressive first mile, really tried to test myself, and sometimes you have to do that. I think you have to roll that dice and see what happens. It might have been one of those races where sometimes you go out quick and you can just hold it. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case on Saturday, but I've had a pretty good season so far. Like I said, I've got my 5k down to 16:18. I've done a PB over my 10-mile TT, and also won the national duathlon as well, and had a couple of good international races with 4th and 5th at the Europeans. So I'm actually so far pretty pleased with the year. Still performing and still hitting the sort of times and the numbers as I'm getting a bit older. So really pleased with that. In terms of the rest of the team, it was great to see a lot of the club out there. Western Tempo had a big sort of big field, a lot of people racing, quite a few in the Home Nations race as well. So some of the quick guys, I think Dom was the quickest, I think, with 14:30. But we had quite a few others. I think Charlie Jones, he'd also ran a sub 14:50. I think he ran. I think it was Jack Bancroft also ran very quick, sort of sub 14:50 as well, and then a couple of the other guys, a couple of the duathletes as well, running sub 15. So some really quick runs by the quick boys, and then even in my race, a few of the other Western Tempo guys were really running quick. I think there was a 15:20 by a guy called Max, and then there was another 15:30 as well, and a couple of other guys in front of me. So the Western Tempo team went really well. Same in the women's race, I think actually quickest home for the females was 16:13, and she was 10th overall. So Megan was really flying, and a couple of other girls as well were running 17 minutes as well. So really good hit out by all of the club. I think talking to my coach afterwards, I think it's great being part of that club. Really good in terms of going to a lot of the cross countries, getting in the road relays and things like that, which is fantastic. So I'm really enjoying being part of that. But I think I need to try and see if I can get some sessions in with a bit of a group into next year, really. I still think I can run a bit quicker. I think the challenge for me at the moment is doing a lot of the sessions on my own, especially on the grass in the morning, which seems to be working pretty well, but I think I just need that extra push, that sort of extra going through those extra gears when I think you're training with a group. Western Tempo Club got some great sessions on a Tuesday and a Thursday, I think. They also do a Saturday morning session. It's a little bit difficult for me to get over to Cheltenham, so I might just see if I can jump into some local clubs around here just for some sessions. I know we've got Brat, quite local. We've got Tipton Harriers as well, which is down the road, but might be just I can find some local guys that I can just try and get dragged around with for a couple of track sessions, even if it's just once a week, to be fair, and just see if I can get some sessions in with a quicker group. But yeah, so for the rest of the season now, I've got 2 more races left. I've got a national 10-mile TT on Sunday this week, which I entered a few weeks ago, so I'm not sure how quick that course is, but there'll be some very, very quick guys there. So that was just, I wanted to enter that race just as a bit of a nice thing to do. I've done a few, obviously, national duathlons and things like that, and I think the national TT would be a nice one just to tick off, really, be part of that event. So I've managed to get a place in that, and then I've got hopefully a quick 25 as well on the 15th of September, and that'll be my last sort of big race now before having a couple of weeks off. So the big one is try and get a good solid TT in this weekend, and then gearing up for a shot at the 25-mile PB on the 15th of September, which looks like a quick course. So I'm really hoping to go sub 53. If the conditions are good and I think it's a quick course, and there could be a chance of going sub 52, but that would be a big ask, I think. So we'll see how it goes. If I could ride a 51 something to finish the year, that would be absolutely fantastic. And hopefully, depending on the course at the weekend, I might be able to sort of get another good sort of 10-mile TT in this weekend. So yeah, great to be racing in Cardiff on Saturday. Had a really good race. I think although the time wasn't what I wanted, I think it's still a solid performance. I mean, 14 seconds off my best this year, so I can't grumble with that too much. I should be able to get another hit out over 5k this year as well, see how that goes. But yeah, looking forward to a couple of more TTs now, and then getting ready for a couple of weeks off, and then gearing up for next season. But yeah, like and subscribe if you haven't. I'll try and get a video up from the TT on Sunday, and look forward to hopefully seeing you all on the start line soon.